What a boring, horrible fight.
I mean, the first one was a bit slow, but at least it was interesting. And
Romero. Do you know what he's going to win a world title in? Cuddling.
Caleb Plant versus Trevor McCumby.
Really, really annoyed me, that fight.
This is a better fight.
Caleb Plant is so weird.
But he's got power, and he was dangerous all the way through.
But has he got power?
Erislandy, Lara, and Danny Garcia.
Well, another massive, massive disappointment.
Welcome back to BoxCast. In this episode, we're gonna discuss the Canelo Berlanga undercard. Did a few sort of big name fights in this. Not all of them worked out as well as were as entertaining as the main fight. But yeah, interesting all the same. So I think, should we start with Mr. Cool Boy Fulton, Stephen Fulton versus Carlos Castro?
What a disappointment.
Yeah, what?
He was.
Right, I'm going to start off with something. Right, and because I got a bugbear to.
Okay.
Right, I was reading comments on his thing, and like they were interviewing him and his coach about like the Inouye thing, obviously, because he hasn't fought since Inouye. And then there was comments on the videos or the things basically going, yeah, he was underweight, he was struggling to make weight, this, that, and the other. And then there was some going, well, that's not what he said before the fight, and all the things.
Just idiot.
I think you've got to be a bit, if you want to improve as a fighter, you've got to realise when you're facing greatness, and Inouye is greatness. And he didn't just beat you, he outboxed you, and you're the slick boxer. It wasn't
just that. I think
the gulf in class was fairly substantial.
Forget about the Inouye fight.
You shouldn't be making excuses.
You know, you shouldn't make excuses, but I think
I just need to get that out there. So these Fulton fanboys need to get
this
back
fight
in the
against
box.
Castro
was an opportunity to show, all right,
and he failed miserably. He might have won the fight, but he failed to. And I bigged him up.
Yeah, you did.
I did big him up. I was giving him the kudos. I picked him.
What did we predict for this? Fulton, I think it was points, wasn't it?
You picked points. I picked the Fulton 9th round stoppage.
Yeah.
Boy, was I wrong.
He did, to be fair.
No.
He tried.
No, he didn't
in the
try.
last couple of rounds.
And I scored the fight a draw.
Yeah, I thought it was closer as well.
I scored it a draw.
Well, I think what we have, one judge had it 95-94 for Castro, and the other two had it 96-93 and 95-94.
Has Castro ever knocked anyone down in his life before?
He has now.
I mean, Fulton. You know, I'm saying in the podcast we did, the preview podcast, that Fulton can become a world champion at featherweight. Well, I am wrong, and he can't. On that performance, he really can't.
Anything is possible, but it's unlikely. Because if you look at the other people in that division, you know, a Mr. Vargas and a Mr. Ball, at least, you know, and there's others as well, I don't think he's better than any of them.
Do you want me to annoy you even more?
Go on.
What he said? I'm sure he said, how dare they put me so low down on the card? I should be at the top of the bill with the others.
Fulton? Well, let me say this. To be honest, I was a little bit surprised how low down in the card he was.
Yeah, but now I know why.
But yeah, I was going to say that. Now I can understand why. Because, yeah, most of the others were better.
Do you know what it does do, though?
I mean, let's give him a bit of... He's ring rusty. But even allowing for that, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think he's...
No, but what it does do is... all the other featherweights have really fancied the chances against him. So
it's going to be easier for him to get fight.
He is going to get fight. But I give Castro all the credit in the world.
Yeah.
I was more impressed with Castro than I was Fulton.
Yeah, I would agree.
And like I say, I scored a draw.
Well, I think if he hadn't pulled out like the last couple of rounds, I think Castro was on mine to win.
I think one of the judges had Castro winning 95, 94.
I wouldn't. I think you could make a case for that.
Yeah.
It was a closer fight. I think the one that had a 96-93, I'm not sure there.
No.
I think the 95-94, either way, I could see that, yeah.
But
or a draw. But
Fulton, he's got to... I don't know what he's got to do. But he really, really disappointed. He disappointed me in the Inoue fight, and he's disappointed me again.
Yeah.
In this fight. So is he maybe he isn't the world class operator that maybe I thought he was. Yeah, against Inoue you go, you're against Inoue.
Yeah.
But against Castro, or is he, were you not up for the fight because it's but you should be.
Well, he stepped up, and he has been. I think he hasn't fought in it because I think Inoue's fought 3-4 times since then.
Yeah, I think 3.
You need to keep busy, and he hasn't really done anything. Whether that's recovery, whatever he's got to do. Now he could get back because he obviously has got some skill, but you're stepping up in division, and then on that performance, and if you look at what he's done before, he's beaten Brendan Figueroa at like super bantam, isn't it? But on that, I think Figueroa beats him at featherweight. Because I think Figueroa was really always a bit too big.
All it's done for me is if the announcer Fulton fight in 3 months' time, I'm not going to be, I need to watch that. I'm going to be, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not excited.
That's why I got my first Fulton fanboy club out there. Like, Inoue's nobody, he's fought nobody. I think we had that in 21 world champions.
Yeah, the Fulton.
And he's got like 19 or 20 knockouts of 21 world champions.
I mean, it was... We're not really talking about Castro because I think
Castro. I think earned some kudos.
Yeah, but I think Castro was meant to be there to make Fulton look good.
Yeah,
and it failed miserably because Fulton did not look good.
Yeah,
at all.
And Castro did. He looked better than what I would have expected. Yeah.
And we said that just at the start of this that Fulton might get big names. I don't think he will get the big names now. I think.
Well, only that they'll look at him and go, if you're Nick Ball, do you look at that and go, oh, that's a tough fight?
Nick Ball
you think I'd
absolutely eat him?
Yeah, I steamroller him.
Absolutely. I mean,
the thing it's probably done is made Inoue look less fearsome because he's looking at him, they're going, wait a minute, this guy.
Your champions aren't going to be losing any sleep over Fulton anyway, put it that way.
Vargas, I wouldn't think is either. Ball isn't going to lose.
No, they're just going to be whatever. He's got a long way to go before he's fighting for a world title at that weight. So he needs to get back in the gym.
I think he needs to fight a few more today.
A lot more.
Yeah.
Disappointed.
I think he needs to keep busy and then get his sharpness back. Because if it is really just ring rust, then you need to have some more fights. But I don't think he's capable of. Yeah, in a way,
in a way, he was disappointing. He's disappointing, and he's a disappointing fighter. He disappointed me.
Sam, don't hold back. Just say what you think.
I'm fed up of it. I bigged him up, and he made me look like an idiot.
You did big him up.
And he didn't deserve to win the fight. It was a draw.
Yeah, I would say it's probably.
I'm angry.
Close. I don't agree with the far apart card. With the knockdown, I think it's a draw or one round either way. So yeah, that's close. So Castro did better than what we thought.
He did a lot better.
But we were right. So. Oh, I was right anyway. That's points for Fulton. But yeah, I'm not sure I'm happy about that though. I was a bit disappointed. Like I said, I was Castro to win at the end of the time. Yeah, and that featherweight division has got some good fighters in.
Yeah.
And mean ones, and I don't see him making...
He doesn't get near them. Does not get near them.
Not on that performance.
No.
So, yeah. Cool. Let's move on to the next one, which was your favourite, Rolando Romero and Manual Jaimes. What did I say here? I got the right result, but I'm not sure we got the... But I'm not sure I wanted that result.
You said KO round 6, Rolly.
Oh, okay. All right. I got the right guy, but...
I said Jaimes would win on points.
Yeah.
Rolly Romero. Do you know what he's going to win a world title in? Cuddling. Jesus Christ.
Clinching.
Oh my God.
Clinching rankings. Oh, we should do one of those, like they're entitled the clinching rankings. He's number 1 at the moment. The world champion clincher is
My missus doesn't cuddle me that much. What was going on? What a boring, horrible fight.
I mean, the first one was a bit slow, but at least it was interesting, and man did get knocked down. This was a bit like... Yeah.
It's disgraceful. The referees need to really start jumping on this hugging malarkey.
Yeah. Because you can understand for a little bit, but they should be in and out of it and do get in and out.
Just
because, like in the Canelo Berlanga, where you would have fought one or other, but they weren't. They were still hitting each other in there. They didn't really have to step in. There was no real. I think it's 1 or 2 moments where it was in, which is what you want to see. It's all, well paced and action. It's spoiled the fight.
And the less you talk about it,
and the percentages, like Romero was 27.8.
How many punches did Romero throw overall?
Total punches 403, and he landed 112, so just under 28%.
403 punches in, and what was it? A 10-round fight.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then if you put it like the fight we've just done, Fulton threw 450 and landed 159. Castro threw 653 and landed 167. So 600. That's
but Rolly Romeo's, he's meant to be
like dynamic, fast punching,
and he's just. Oh.
But put it like this: this is.
I think he did the same against Isaac Cruz,
Canelo threw
didn't
more
he?
punches, like 464, and he landed 201. Berlanga threw 446 and landed 100. So they landed more punches than either of them, and they threw more punches at like a heavy super middleweight. And this is.
Do you know what I said to you? Like, I was struggling to stay awake during that fight. I wasn't, because I was getting so frustrated with him that it was getting me angry. I don't want to ever see him box again, to be honest. I really, really don't. And, you say, oh, yeah, but did the opponent have a chance to do anything? Because he was just hugged and loved constantly.
I think that's what they did most of it, isn't it? But
it's just ridiculous. That's where you need a good referee to say, carry on doing this. It's a point off.
Yeah.
That stops this cuddling competition that they're going to have. The IBF of cuddling. Because that's all he's going to win. And I want some Rolly Romero fans to come on and prove me wrong. Prove that this guy is going to be a world champion. He's never going to be a world champion.
Well, I think we said in our build-up, isn't it? He
level, thinks he is, but he's not.
He is, but he's the level below that, I think.
If you're a promoter now, would you want to put a fighter in against him?
I wouldn't.
You're not going to want to fight? No, because he's a bore fest.
Yeah.
Move on.
Well, normally he's been good, but that was...
No, because I think he did the same against Isaac Cruz. He was a cuddle monster then.
He tried, but Cruz gave him a bit of
his new name. Rolly Cuddle Monster.
Rolly Cuddle Monster. Rolando Cuddle Monster.
Just absolute no. Really, really bad. And you're on a big stage as well. Shouldn't be... Oh, just so annoyed. Really, really annoyed me, that fight.
So it's 140, isn't it, pounds? So, yeah. You don't really see him beating any of the guys there, do you?
He's not going to beat anyone. Loves them too much.
I don't think he beats a Catterall. Forget any of the ones who hold the belts. He doesn't...
Oh, him and Catterall would be the worst fight in the world. I mean, I like Jack Catterall, but, he's not the most exciting boxer. Him and Romero, wow.
Snooze fest.
Wow.
I'm not even sure he gets past the level.
He's not a top 10 fighter.
Yeah. Plain
and simple. Yes. And I don't think he'll be getting many approaches now.
Okay.
I really, really don't. And he doesn't even deserve my airtime, so...
Move on. I think that's a good point to move on. All right. Caleb Plant versus Trevor McCumby. This is a better fight. How many times was he? 3 times?
Caleb Plant is so weird. He's a great boxer, but he's not good enough to do the showboating.
He's annoying.
Yeah.
And
he's just not good enough to do all that showboating. And if he spent less time doing the showboating, more time concentrating on his boxing, I think he'd be a lot further on in his career.
Well, I think he's done well, but you've come up against Canelo and then been short. But
against
the problem is this.
Trevor
McCumby.
Well, I'm going to call him Wyatt Earp because that moustache was absolutely
I
epic.
didn't recognise the guy first. I was like, what the hell have they swapped the
He's
guy?
definitely called Wyatt Earp from now on.
Yeah. But he's got power and he was dangerous all the way through.
But has he got power?
McCumby.
Did you see the type of punches he was throwing?
Well, I didn't say he used it effectively.
Do you know what?
McCumby's, I think, had a bit of power. He was.
He did. To be fair, and McCumby was doing really, really well.
But going against the ropes, I don't understand the tactics.
No.
And I thought his corner would be shouting at him, and then there's one where they show him what the corner's saying, and it's like, yeah, we can see what you're trying to do, and I'm like, what was working has stopped working, and you can see what he's trying to do.
You know,
I was trying to counter punch. Obviously, I understand.
Did the referee stop it too early? With 1 second left before the end of the round.
Well, if it was ordinarily with time left on the round, I would have said, yeah, that was a good stoppage. But I didn't understand it when they were going because I didn't know you could stop it after the bell's gone or whatever it was.
Well, it was kind of like he stopped it on the bell, didn't he?
Yeah, which was... I thought they would have given him till the...
you've got a minute...
To give him to the corner and then come out. A certain Mr. Fury was saved that way. So I think... I didn't understand. I mean, I don't disagree with the stoppage. I think it was turning into a bit of a beatdown.
Tell you what, Caleb Plant's balance is a bit weird.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying about the so-called knockdowns. I think it's probably one of them is. I mean he did get caught with them, but he's like...
one is his shoulder.
Or something, yeah. It's more like pushes and stuff, but he was sort of off balance, and then he's hit him, and then
he
it's just
seemed off balance a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But when he stopped messing around and got down to his boxing skills, he looked good.
Well, I think his tactics at the beginning were a bit out from the distance, but then when he got closer, I don't think McCumby's as good.
Was he going in there thinking this is going to be an easy night's work?
Well, I did have that. Did cross my mind.
Because if I'm a boxer, I'm looking over at McCumby. He just doesn't look like a boxer, does he?
I can see where you're coming from.
Do you know what I mean? My name is Earl. Because that...
Do you know what it is? He even did it at the end of one of the rounds when he managed to catch him and went...
Just like, wow. Wyatt Earp.
You're just playing up to your stereotype.
Honestly, his name's Wyatt Earp. I
think he's got the power, but he wasn't as good a boxer.
No.
Plant, when he actually decided to box and not do the silliness, he was good.
When Plant puts his punches together, he looks really, really good.
And he's really, really fast.
But stop your stupid ring tactics and your showboating, mate. Just stop it.
Yeah.
No one likes it. The crowd didn't even like it.
It didn't get the crowd on side. Whereas it's usually the ones where it's, when the fights are good, it's usually they do it to get the guy to open up. McCumby was not opening up. He was just waiting for the counter punches to do.
No, and let's be honest, I think McCumby most probably had the fans on his side after a couple of rounds.
I think so, yeah.
But for Caleb Plant, it's another W.
Yeah. He's a good fighter at that weight. He's not the top level. But I think like we said, with the second level,
he can be in them fights against.
He's capable of beating most of those.
Berlanga, Munguia. I don't think he's capable. Maybe he is capable, but they're good fights.
Yeah.
And he should be looking at them.
Mm-hmm.
He's still
I'm not sure he beats all of them, but
he's still a name, isn't he?
Level, isn't it? I think that it's a level.
The two fighters he's been beat by are Benavidez and Canelo,
which, as we've said, are probably the number one, number two of that division, whichever order you want to put them in. And then there's the next level of all of them. I think, he's in that conversation. And if he, like you said, if he stops showboating and doing his silliness, he's capable. He's
like a wasp, isn't he? Just annoying.
The thing I get him, you want to like him, but he just does something to annoy you. And it's like, he'll say something stupid, he'll do something stupid or whatever it is, and you're just thinking,
no, just don't get knocked out.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. It was just like, mate, if this guy knocks you out, I'm going to laugh.
There was, like I said, all the way through, there was a bit that he's going to get caught because he's just being, dropping his hands, doing the little bits.
He has it.
He has a, I don't know, 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 he has a, I don't
He dropped
And he
his
didn't
hands.
need to do it.
But it's his balance as well.
His balance in his first
It's
bit
just
was,
really weird.
was a bit off. shall we say.
But
Then he got into the close. I mean, to be fair, his adjustment and like that's
Do
the
you know what?
experience. And
Yeah,
it was
fair
like you got to
dues
look
to
at
him
him.
for
And go, yeah,
that.
you have got some boxing IQ and his combinations and this,
and he looks
putting his
like
boxing together.
a world-class operator when he does that.
Yeah. And if
Do
he
it
stops
from the
dancing
start,
and yeah.
Do it from the start.
Well, I think that he's gone to fight. Maybe it was underestimating his opponent.
Yeah,
he's gone to
maybe.
box from distance, and then the other guys outboxed him from the distance. So
Yeah.
he's had to go.
He's
And
trying
then
to. He's trying
McCumby
to.
took a bit of time, back a couple of rounds before he adjusted his. So he was a lot slower.
He's trying to show off to the crowd and stuff. But the thing is, mate, that crowd are there for Canelo.
Yeah.
That's it. They're not really interested in you.
He's beaten you, so they
You know,
don't care
look,
about you now.
it's Mexican Independence Day against Puerto Rico. Know your audience. Yeah, and you know.
Well, I think when he was putting his boxing together and he started turning it, they were sort of getting him, and then
Yeah.
he ruined it by, like I said, he makes it hard to like him for doing silliness.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's in that conversation. He's
You know,
up
and
there
White
with
Air
those
can
fights.
go back and catch the Outlaws.
Whatever he does normally.
McCumby, he fought well, didn't he? Let's be honest.
Yeah, he's a big, strong guy. He has got the power,
Yeah.
punching power. I just don't. He hasn't got that level of boxing of Plant.
No.
And I think there's some of the others in that. But you could see he can pull it out if you get caught by him. Yeah, then as he knocked around Plant for a bit, so he'd be a tough fight for any of them. But I just don't think he's at that world level. I think there's a few others in that division that are.
Yeah.
Plant you could see winning one, isn't it? But I think there's the likes of Mumbili and Munguir and co. and a few of the others are. I think a little bit of even Berlanga.
I'd like to see
Berlanga
them
and Plant would be interesting.
Yeah, I'd like to see them fights.
Maybe
really
a
would.
Berlanga McCumby.
I want to see them fights.
Yeah.
Get them made.
Yeah, as we've said before, I think there's a lot in that super middleweight division
Yeah,
for them to
really, really good division.
work out between themselves. So yeah, it was interesting. And I know this was the most interesting, entertaining fight of them all. Erislandy, Lara, and Danny Garcia.
Wow, another massive, massive disappointment.
Yeah, I think Danny Garcia. What has he said? He's been 2 years since he's fought anyway, and I think he's only had one fight in about 4 years. This was his second. Yeah, he looked like it.
Again,
the ring rust was
on paper. This looked like I think we bigged the fight up. It's quite an interesting fight.
well. To be honest, I should have looked it up. I didn't realise Danny Garcia's been out of the ring that long, and I don't know. I've probably seen it and not clicked in the head.
But
and when he was saying it, I was like, yeah, okay, I can see why you are. And he was stepping up in weight as well.
he looked tiny.
Yeah. Whereas Lara looks like somebody who's fighting at that weight.
But Lara didn't look 41 years of age.
I was.
Well,
my next
no,
one.
actually.
I would have said Garcia looked like the older fighter.
Yeah.
Lara, in his movement, surprised me because I thought he's still fighting like
But
that.
didn't I say, though? Didn't they say like they're going to need hip replacements after this fight or something? Because it's just, and it was.
Well, I think Garcia does. I'm not sure Lara looked okay. Like
it was just old people want it
But
fighting.
let me give you this. How many punches do you think they threw? Like total?
Garcia,
196.
I was going to say about 180. I think Lara, I reckon he threw 220.
262. Lara did throw a few. He warmed it up. But like he had rounds with 6
But
and
is
3. The second round, Garcia didn't land any punches.
it's just, it was.
He was is like 3-0, 4,
Garcia.
5, 4, 4, 2. The 8th round is the only one where he gave it a go and probably won.
Do you know what Garcia's got? And sadly, it happens.
I think he needs to
No,
retire.
he needs to retire. He can't pull the trigger anymore.
Yeah. The thing is this, and
it happens to boxers where
he's
where
a
you
Hall
just.
of Famer, so you should.
Is he?
Well, I think what he did at welterweight and stuff.
Yeah, possibly.
And the people he's beaten, he has got a good resume, but now all you're going to do is lose.
Yeah, I mean, I think he, like I say, he just can't pull the trigger anymore, and it happens to boxers where you can't pull the trigger.
And I don't think he really does anything for him to do.
I call it the boxing yips.
Yeah.
If you want to throw the punches and you want to dodge the punches, but you just can't.
Your body can't keep up with it.
And his dad saved him. It was a dad saving his son,
I think
wasn't
they
it?
knew it was
Wasn't
about one-way fight. There's not
it
what
was
he's
a
going to do.
tiny little jab that knocked him down.
Yeah. I don't think that was Lara's best punch, but I mean, he caught him. But like,
he didn't look that mentally there, did he? So no, I think
I don't think he was physically that damaged. I think it was just mentally and then tiredness.
It was just weird.
And the dad just thought, yeah, there's no point here. This is just going down.
I think that it will be the last you see of Garcia. Or does he want to go out like that?
He might not want to go out like that, but I don't think his dad would let him fight again. He didn't say what he is. I don't think
his dad would let him fight again.
Yeah. Unless he's sharp, but there's no. Well, if he's only had in 4 years, where you went from 32 to 36, and you've had 2 fights, there's no point. What are you going to prove to anybody? He's done his work.
Yeah, maybe this was just one of them fights where he thought, have I got anything left?
Well, he might have thought, this guy's 41. He's worse than me.
Yeah, but I think it's just one of them. You've got. If you're asking yourself that question, what have I got left? You've got to go out and fight. Ricky Hatton did it, didn't he, against that with the Ukrainian or Russian and got stopped. But it is you've got to. Sometimes you need that defeat to make you
realise.
Yeah,
I think on that is it's time to retire. And
Lara, I mean, he's going to.
He didn't look that bad.
It's a big name, isn't it? I think, you say Danny Garcia, although it was a terrible performance, you've beaten Danny Garcia, so
he completely outboxed him.
Yeah, where does he go now?
I think Garcia got really, isn't it? And every other one he's outboxed him. I mean, yeah, he didn't throw loads, but he did sort of ramp it up. And he was just, he just jab. The jab was pretty good. Kept him there, kept the distance. Whenever Garcia tried to come in. And then he put one of the odd left hand in, and he caught him with that one, which I don't think was it didn't look like the most powered up left hand in the world. He caught him quite well, but I think it was more the mental and the physical, maybe fatigue, but it stopped. But there wasn't really like you said in the second round. His defense is too good. I mean, you can see Lara do something. Because he's still got the in and out and the defence.
Yeah, I think...
And he's got the power.
Lara's going to have a few people knocking on his door now, though. For that world title, I think a few people are going to be wanting a shot at Lara.
Well, the middleweight one is in it. You've got Johnny Beck. There's Carlos Adames. Johnny Beck's got 2 of the belts. Adames has got the other one and Lara's got one. But there's our man Hamza Shiraz coming up. There's your fave, Chris Eubank Jr.
Do you know what? Wouldn't surprise me if Chris Eubank Jr.
Well, looking at that, he might look at it because thinking
against him, and
there's Nur Sultanov, the Kazakh guy as well in that same division. Obviously, Liam Smith. So, and there's a few others, isn't it?
You'd fancy a few people against Lara, though, wouldn't you? But he is the customer. We did say he was a tricky customer. He's an old, wily, experienced guy.
Well, I thought Garcia would have had more because I thought Lara would have slowed a bit more. But Lara didn't look like he was. He's efficient. He's not throwing obviously loads of punches.
I mean,
his defense is.
Let's be honest. Garcia
and he still got the power.
Garcia was woeful. Let's be honest. Yeah. You can't really judge how good Lara is because Garcia
I don't think Lara
so
really got
woeful.
out of second gear.
I don't mean that.
I think he went first gear, second gear, and it was over.
I don't want to disrespect Danny Garcia because, like you say, he has got a tremendous record. But again,
it's a fighter I like.
10
I like to watch.
Years ago.
Yeah. I think it wasn't really there. But you've still got to respect the fact Lara just I think it was first gear for about 3-4 rounds. Second gear, he got him out of there. That's it. I don't think he even went 3 gears.
It was,
and the thing is, he's about 5 knockouts in his last 6 fights now or something, Lara.
So maybe he is like Chinese power. Maybe it's like Zhang, just touch him and they go down.
Well, he did. That punch wasn't like wow.
That's what I mean.
It was like basically a power jab, but not like a Canelo power jab where you see it like lightning. It was just
it's just weird. Maybe he is the superstar.
Check his box rec. What's his name? Lara Erislandy. Lara. I just want to check who he's because he's not like complete bums he taken out as well, isn't it? He's got like 1, 2. Oh, one decision, isn't it? Unanimous decision, but fairly one side. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's on a 4 fight like
knockout
KO
streak.
Percentage. And in 6 fights, he's got 5. And then the unanimous decision as well. I mean, not uber fighters, but Danny Garcia, Michael Zarafa, Gary O'Sullivan, Thomas Lamana, and Greg Vendetti. And before that, Ramon Alvarez.
That was a big fight for Lara, and I think, he's most probably going to get a big fight next as well.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens in that middleweight.
So in the middleweight,
it's a weird division, the middleweight.
4. Welterweight. No, he vacated the 1, 2, 3, 4. So at this weight, he's got 4 knockouts, basically, isn't it? Or stoppages or whatever.
Maybe Crawford fights Lara.
Yeah.
Not even going there. No, just the undercard, for me, the whole undercard was quite disappointing, really.
But I think the fight...
On paper, it looked fantastic.
Yeah. I think
not fantastic, it looked really good.
I mean, it's a good fight. Plant and McCumby was good, but apart from his moustache was putting us off. But other than that, it was quite good. In that Plant was annoying, but there was some good boxing in that fight. And even... McCumby started well. I think this one, it was just so one-sided.
I found them all pretty boring.
Fulton and Romero were a bit more disappointing than I would have thought they would have been. I thought the Plant one was going to be worse, isn't it? You see, I think I'm big enough because it was better than I thought it was going to be. That was the one I thought was going to be. I thought Fulton would put on a show. I thought Romero would put on a show. And then Rolly would put on a show.
Let's just go...
This is the one I thought might be really slow.
I'm just going to go through our little predictions.
Okay. Yeah, what did we have for this? Lara and I'd knocked down.
Right, well, we didn't get the Romero one right. We didn't get the Fulton one right. We didn't get the Caleb Plant one right. I mean, we've picked the winners. No, not all of them, because I picked Jaimes. Lara, you picked Lara to knock him out in the 8th.
Or 9th. Oh, I wasn't far away.
I picked a point win for Garcia. So all that proves is don't actually listen to me.
I wasn't that far away. I got every result right.
I literally know
not exactly the outcome, but
nothing
like
about boxing.
The method.
So
I think some of our commentators already say that comments.
Useless. It was disappointing. The whole, apart from the main event, the whole undercard.
I think the main event made up for it. It was good, and I said I liked the Plant and McCumby fight. Other than Plant was being annoying, but other than that, it was good. I think the others were a bit. I mean, Lara was okay, but you can't give. I think, but that was because Garcia was disappointing. But and it's sort of bad to see when you see how good a fighter he is. I mean, win, lose or draw, he's always put up good fights and they're close. And he hasn't been down before, has he?
I don't think he has.
So yeah, we got to give Lara some credit. 41, mate. He's older than you.
All right. Jesus, man.
That's what you said in one of your videos. So you said he needed replacements. I'm just giving it. He didn't look. He used to look quite good.
I need a bloody hip replacement after sitting on that couch for 6 hours watching the fights. On the whole, I'll score the whole event 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10.
Yeah.
I think I'd be a bit more generous about.
But you're a generous guy.
I'm a generous guy.
I'm just
about 6.
Honest, angry man because you stayed awake and watched boringness.
Well, ordinarily you would be, because you've got an interest in all of them. I think the thing is that they've disappointed, because usually what you get is in some of these, you have the ones you don't know and they surprise you because you don't expect that much.
I think on paper, because on paper they look quite good fights.
But we were expecting Fulton to bounce back.
But I think, like you say, I think if you look at into context, we should have knew Danny Garcia and Lara was going to be boring because,
yeah, well, that one we thought.
They've got a combined age of, 80, 90.
Near enough. Well, it's the style of a lot of fights. I thought, I was with you. I thought Garcia would do a bit more.
Yeah.
But, I think he isn't there anymore to fight. So, that one, Lara, I think, just spent a second gear. First gear, second gear.
Hopefully.
Enough. But he's still got the movement of the thing. Yeah. So I wouldn't be minded seeing him against some of the opponents.
Hopefully next week's show is more entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah, because we've given a few of them, and they're like 50-50s and things. But I think it will be a bit more because there's more to go on. I think here, but well, we hope it'll be more. Here was
We've had a few cancellations in the Riyadh seasons as well. Just quickly, I think Shakur has pulled out against Joe Cordina. Liam Smith pulled out against Josh Kelly.
Yep.
I don't know whether they're going to keep them on the card and find replacement opponents. I think the Josh Kelly one, it might be a bit too late.
I think that's probably a bit too soon. I think they're probably for sure. The
Shakur one, he could be fine.
They might find somebody else or another fight to fill in.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, they were quite a lot, but they might for the timetable. I think, yeah, for this Wembley Riyadh season, it's probably a bit too soon.
Possibly.
But you never know. I don't know. I haven't seen yet if they've found anybody. But
we'll find out within the next 24 hours, I think, is what I'm hearing. But, you know, September, October, it's been good for boxing so far. I mean, yeah, the last night show disappointed me, but some good fights.
Well, I think the main fight was good.
It was.
And like I said, I enjoyed it.
We just love Canelo, don't we? Let's be honest. We love Canelo.
Well, to be fair, I don't think he's been... he hasn't put the performances on. He's won the fight. Yeah. I think yesterday I was like impressed because it was real Canelo. He was giving it hard. And then I went from like I wanted Berlanga to get knocked out for Marvinov to actually near the end thinking I hope he stays in there. I hope he doesn't get knocked out now. I hope he gets to the end and having like respect and like I liked what he did at the end. So actually I want to look out for Berlanga's fights. I thought he's quite good and I'm impressed. So I like that.
I think
and I like seeing real Canelo, which was the real Canelo when he's on it. And he was angry.
Berlanga was Eddie Hearn's fight, and I think Canelo against Eddie Hearn fighters,
he's won all of them.
6-0 or 7-0.
Something like that, isn't it?
So the thing is, Eddie Hearn is a bad luck charm if you're going against Canelo.
Well, I think if you're fighting Canelo, it's always, and like we said, a super middleweight is hard.
And the thing is Eddie Hearn's a good friend of Canelo, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
And Eddie Hearn trying to big up Berlanga, it was quite amusing because you could just tell he's like, yeah, he's not going to do it, but he's going to do. He's really not going to do it.
Canelo's getting on, but not really. Well, he's trying to do it with Beterbiev and Bivol as well. It's quite funny seeing what his thing is, and then he's got to give grudging respect. Yeah, Beterbiev's the hardest. Bivol is the what is it? The not the favourite, isn't he? He's the. What's the word for it if you're not the favourite?
The underdog.
Underdog. He's the underdog, and then he's a beast in this. And then another one is like, but he's getting old. You know, he's going to Father Time is catching up, and you're like, make your mind up. But yeah, he's obviously trying to promote, isn't it? That's what he's done here.
What they do,
and they promoted it quite well. It was a good event, I think. From there, the noise was. I like that funny bit where the Berlanga's gone. To be fair, he was getting back into it then to try and get in. There's a little lift, and then he just waits, pauses, and Canelo just goes, and it goes.
Did you hear what Canelo said to him halfway through the fight? I think Canelo said the words, I thought you punched hard, me son punches harder than you.
I like that they had a little bit of like the nastiness in there. Because Berlanga did give it a go. He headbutted him, didn't he? But I like the fact that Canelo just clocked him. I think that was the second one. In the first one, he sort of they pulled apart. The second one, because the referee was miles away, he did it. Canelo just tanked him, and he's basically like, he's headbutted me. And then he hit him in the hip, and he hit him back in the hip. That was quite funny. I like the fact that he gave it a go, and then the fact that Canelo didn't moan so much. He just said retaliated.
Canelo doesn't moan.
Yeah, he just retaliated for it. Okay, yeah, and they were giving it quite good. I like the fact that they did that. Both of them, man, and it wasn't one-sided. It was funny. It was quite good. And Canelo was worked up. You could see that was worked up in the thing.
No, it was good.
That's why I think Berlanga, because you could see Canelo, he went to hug him, and like you'd see Canelo sort of go back, but then he's like, no, you're my idol, and then start speaking in Spanish to him, and he went, yeah, and then Canelo's giving him some advice and said, I like that they had the respect at the end. I think he's earned it.
You've got to have respect.
It's got to earn it. It was good. So yeah, I think that's that, and then we'll be looking forward to next week. And then you're not now.
No, I'm nervous, scared, don't like it. Don't like this nervousness that I'm getting.
Like, which fight?
All
Liam Smith's out of it now, so you don't need to worry about him.
me AJ, innit?
Are you worried?
I always worry when AJ's fighting. I don't know why.
Do you know what? I have been before, but I'm not actually worried in this one. I think he's gonna put on a performance. And
I hope so.
I
Just
think
irons him out. I really do.
I think, I think he's gonna put on a performance.
We'll see.
I'm not that worried about that one.
Good.
I just hope we get enough of a rounds and it's not a 1 round jobby. Yeah. I hope we get about 6 or 7 rounds, but I think he's going to be.
Quickly, Munguia is fighting on the Friday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the day before, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think this is the Saturday, the 21st.
So we'll have a little. I don't think we're going to have time to put on a podcast for that, but we'll have a roundup of it, shall we say?
Yeah. Well, we'll mention it in the fights because we like Munguia. So, and I think now the super middleweight's warming up.
I will watch that fight as well. So
yeah.
Well, I'm not going to watch it live because I think it's going to be on it.
It's on a silly clock.
Time, but
we need to be fresh for the.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Jaime Munguia is fighting.
Is it Baldozy or someone? Baldozy.
Oh, Bazinian. Yeah, the other one who's the Canadian guy who's quite.
Yeah.
Oh, fights out of Canada. So that's on the 20th. So yeah, that's 2 of the contenders, isn't it? What did I have on them?
Yeah, so it'll be good. Good fight to look out for, and then good weekend of boxing, Friday and Saturday.
Bazinian in ring is, just let me tell you, he's in that rankings, isn't he? Oops, gone past it. Yeah, so Munguia is like number 2 and Bazinian's number 6 on ring, and then this sort of hover around. Bazinian's the favourite in couple of them. So yeah, we look forward to that and look for the next. Thanks very much for listening. Like, subscribe and comment, the usual. Yeah, let us know what you think about our man's predictions. I got everyone right apart from the method, but I got a couple right on the method. Usually you're good at this though. You're ahead. I'm the one who's
just completely wrong.
So yeah, let us know what you think, and we will see you in the next episodes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.